Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Starterpack Podcast, episode 7. This time we have, of course, me and my host Jesse, co-host, whatever you want to call him. And here we have.
What's going on, guys? This is Mike and Wade.
He said the thing. So, the original title of Food Fight King or whatever went to this man, but now, it's gone now. But he at least brought a food fight, as you can see in the picture. So he came well prepared. He brought protection. Whoa, I should not say that. Anyways,
so
we're gonna talk about, as of course, Skylanders. But yeah. So let's just get in with it. Hi.
Yo. Yeah. So I'm definitely one of the older people that are in the Skylanders community, and when Skylanders came out, I was 11, so I was in 6th grade, and I say that's still in the range of the audience they were going for. I mean, just from the commercials, the kids looked like they were kind of like 5th grade, middle school, so I think I barely made it in that range. But I caught the TV commercials, and I knew I wanted this game because I was, like I said, I was 11 years old, so I was in that age where, the Transformers I had, they're cool, but I'm getting kind of too old to be playing with toys, and then I'm moving a little towards video games. So I think Skylanders were that amazing in between where you get the physical figure and it works in a game. Like there was some stuff that kind of came before Skylanders, but I think Skylanders by far did it the best. Even anything after Skylanders, in my opinion, I think Skylanders still did it the best.
But I got Nintendo nerd too. You say Amiibo or worse.
I have a lot of Amiibo. I think Amiibo are catching up with the amount of Skylanders I have, which is scary. But
there's still more Skylanders.
Yeah, I mean, Skylanders are a little better in my opinion. Oh man, I'm all food fight out at the moment. Maybe if I find some space for them, we'll see.
Do a
stream.
See how I'll donate like $20 to you. You go buy some food fight.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing with Venom.
Yeah, I still need to do Imaginators lock with those food fights, so that's why I'm hanging on to them at the moment, and then I'll decide their fate afterwards. But
I'm gonna be for real. Instead of Imaginators, you should go Trap Team, because not only is it the game that they're from, but Trap Team on Nightmare mode goes.
So yes, so I did do Trap Team originally. That was the first time I really played with the food fights, was do a Nightmare lock, and that was like a whole series. And then I did Superchargers, but Trap Team was more fun because not only that's the game they're from, but Trap Team had the nickname still. And when you go to Superchargers, there's no nickname. So I was putting fun nicknames on the food fight, but when we went into Superchargers, they're just all food fight.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good kind of conversation starter. Something we ask a lot is what your favorite game is. Personally, me and Jesse really like Superchargers. So what's your stance on Skylanders Superchargers?
So as of now, it stands as my second favorite Skylanders game.
I love this game.
I feel like the negativity that game gets, I understand, but people don't realize that this game is special because it's like a 2-in-1 for one. Like you got your core Skylanders mechanic, and then you got a whole racing game in it, and that's something that hasn't happened. Oh, I guess Imaginators also kind of brought it over, but if you had Imaginators on Switch, you think you lost out on that. But yeah,
we don't mention that here.
Oh man. But Superchargers is good overall. like I said, like the vehicle sections, okay, you got a point there, but the fact that I can still play online in that game with people from the community is great.
Damn. No, the silence. I'm saying muted because there's a lot of talking in the background. So.
Okay. I was like
the awkward silence there for a second. I was hoping Jesse would back me up, but anyways, I don't know. I guess they left the water on in the bathroom and it's like dripping down the stairs or something. I don't know. Well, anyways, we'll worry about that later. So for me, Superchargers, I really like it in the fact that the online mode was done better than any other game by far.
Mhm.
I mean, not only could you play the whole story with somebody else's character, not with somebody else's character, but like play with your other friend who has their own characters. It's like it's really nice. And unfortunately, the Wii U online servers are shut down, so you can no longer play as Bowser and Donkey Kong online with your besties, and it's a sad day. I was there. I was there when all that stuff went down. When the servers went down.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. But I don't. It was definitely cool because those online I mean, it was free to play online, while still Xbox, PlayStation, you got to pay. So I think also that people probably didn't even use the online feature because they didn't have the subscriptions for that, and then Wii U really didn't sell that well. So I understand people kind of putting off Superchargers, but I think they're really missing out on a fantastic game. Story wise, amazing. Graphics, amazing. Beautiful game.
Absolutely. Just personally, like, I was like, I remember like whenever I first played the game with Shojiki, like we played together, and it was like so much fun to play it. And we were like playing it on Simu, over Parsec, and we with the graphics packs, we were just admiring how good the game looked.
And I'm pretty sure I could share some screenshots here and there. Maybe I don't know if I have any, but dude, having not only the graphics packs but also the 60 frames, it just smell. Why did I say smell? It just felt so good. Sorry, I smell fish sticks in the background.
It does smell good.
Dude,
I'm sure
I smell
good if
something
it could.
really good in the background. Okay, sorry, but it looked so good. And I don't think any other game could top it for being one of the most beautiful games in there. And I hope, I hope at some point that game does get a remaster with today's graphics, because oh my god, it would look so much better. And I mean, that's just a crazy thing to think about. It's like Superchargers looking better.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly still thinking about it. You could see other people's collections. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It's probably something that people wouldn't care about, but I'm curious about what people have. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, I like to because I have like a pretty much 100% completed collection all the way up till that point. So like I'll take a look on my PlayStation, go look over at Jesse, and he just has like these 3 Skylanders because he hasn't added them all to the collection. But I'm over here with like 300, 400, and I'm like, it's funny. Well, that's another thing. How's the collecting going?
So the collecting is pretty good. I am debating on whether to put an updated collection video out. That's something people have been asking me to do for a while now. I think the original collection video I put out was 2020, and I think even after a year, that's when people started asking me for an update, because I was showing off all the new Skylanders I got, and they're like, "Oh man, you got to do an update." But it's like that video was doing so good, and it was still doing good even years later. It's like, what? I don't want to put out another one, and then like kind of end that momentum for that video. But I think since I'm pretty close, which is all I'm gonna say right now, I'm pretty close to where I consider it complete for me. I mean, I know there's some figures I might not even get a hold of. Like maybe I can get the light yawn trap, but that's $100 depending where you find it. But
And another great thing on like those Australian exclusive things or whatever, because all over the world there were exclusives to that area. Like there was a Pearl Hex that was I think released in Nuremberg, Germany. And that's kind of funny because that's where my dad was born. But I was like, damn, you could have been like 30 years late and just grabbed that for me. Come on, bro.
yeah.
Well, anyways, a lot of
Damn.
like there are some websites or services that will allow you to import straight from. So like they'll send it to like a warehouse or whatever, and then they'll ship it over to you, which is really cool. So a little bit of insider information. Bai is a great way to get Japanese things, whether it be games or Skylanders. You're a Nintendo collector.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever heard of
Yeah.
Bai?
No, I haven't, but you're gonna have to send me the link for that because some Japanese packaged Skylanders. That sounds cool.
Now, my only thing with this really good information for anybody watching, if you're going to get a copy of, let's say, Spyro's Adventure on the Wii U, or like an inbox Japanese Skylander, just because they have Japanese written all over it does not make them any more expensive. I go onto eBay and I see the starter pack or whatever for Wii U SSA being sold for $500. I got it for like less than 40.
Oh,
So,
wow.
like, people, if you're gonna import stuff, I get it's a great way of making money, but for the people who don't know this information about buy, stop doing it. Just let everybody buy the things that they want to buy. Well, anyways, enough with that tangent. But I will send you over that because I know the amiibo market over there is really good as well.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
All right, yeah. And Jesse's actually, I'll give him a little bit of credit. He's actually the one who introduced me to it. He's used it to get a lot of things for his collection, whether it be Skylanders or an obscure game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. A Namco game called Mr. Driller.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I might have heard of it.
I swear to God, bro.
So it was not only an arcade game, but an early PlayStation 1 game. It had a release on the GameCube, DS, Game Boy, and even now they have like a remastered version of the first game on PlayStation, and I don't know if it's anywhere.
It is not a remaster, it is a port.
Whatever.
It's just an emulated version of the first game.
See, this nerd. Well, anyways, there's also they had the GameCube game, which was called Drill Land, and that was also that was remastered. It wasn't just a port; it was a terrible remaster, but remastered, and it was ported to all the big consoles. So,
like Switch, yeah.
Yeah, it was ported pretty much everywhere. So that's probably how you've heard of it. Unfortunate, but
Yeah.
enough talking about Mr.
yeah.
Driller.
Well, okay. Fine. See how it is. Okay.
So, we know how you've gotten into it. So, I guess we could ask, what is your favorite character?
So, my favorite character, or favorite Skylander, is Hammer Slam Bowser, and I know he's not a original Skylanders character.
Okay, let me rephrase. Original Skylander character.
Ah, man, you're not gonna let me talk about my favorite Skylander. Okay,
that's not a Skylander. That's a Koopa.
Dude, it has Skylander and Amiibo functionality. That's crazy. I can use it in both Skylander Supercharge and Smash. One of my favorite games of all. But you know what? Okay, favorite original Skylanders
bro.
Character. That's actually, it's tough. It's not food fight as most people would think.
You just said it's
no,
tough,
it's
so
not tough.
love.
No. No, it's not a tough look. Oh man, I think it's gonna be Dark Spyro, and I'm gonna be specific with it because I'm just very nostalgic towards that one because that's like I remember getting that
The
3DS starter pack
Yeah.
on my birthday, and then like after that for like that whole summer I was able to just finish off that SSA collection right before Giants came out.
I remember doing that. And you didn't play any of the console games until later on?
No. I got the SSA on Christmas. My birthday is in June, so I got the game in 2012 or the 3DS game in 2012. So I had the 3 Skylander from the starter pack, and then Hex, Zap, and Dino. Yeah, Dino Ring, because they were in the triple pack together. So I've only had those 6, and then 6 months later, that like the 3DS game really got me back into it because you have 6 Skylanders, and I played SSA on Xbox 360 to death. So it's like I kind of moved on from it. But when I got the 3DS, I'm like, okay, let's get the rest of the boys.
You had the 360 version on Christmas, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I did too.
Did.
I love X.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people hate X-Pac because it's not Toys for Bob, and I guess yeah, there is a lot of problems that are in X-Pac that aren't in Toys for Bob, but I'm a little nostalgic, and
I mean,
Hmm?
yeah. You're a kid. You don't know this. You don't know this. You just playing on the consoles you got. Like it's not your fault.
Exactly. I was 2 when the first game came out, and I beat the
shit.
whole game by myself, bro. First game I really picked up, and I cooked.
That's
First kid on the
awesome.
block. Yeah, but that makes you feel old.
Yeah.
You were what, 5th grade?
I was in 6. I was in middle school.
And this guy is
Oh,
ancient.
man. I'm an oldie now.
You're older than Boom, I think.
Yeah, I've heard he's still in college. I was like, damn, I graduated like 4 years ago.
Jesse, should
Oh
we
my
rethink
God.
about this episode? This guy's kind of too old.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I'm joking, of course. I don't know if you know. I'm sure you've seen some of the episodes, and you may know this, but Jesse here didn't get into the game until about a year ago.
That's crazy.
Which, yeah, it's crazy. It's like biggest game in 2011, like complete success, and you just never got into it. You know how offensive that is.
Damn.
But I am jealous because like being able to like play that game when you're like older to like actual process things, that's crazy. That's good.
Yeah, I don't think being older in this time's any better because instead of knowing that Flynn and Callie were, Flynn was just flirting with Callie, nowadays you look at it and it's Flynn trying to rizz up Callie, and it's like, bro. Back in the day, they were just, in love or whatever. But now they're just rizzing each other up. It's like, is it really any better to be into the franchise now?
Hey man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, another question that I have for you. Have you seen any of the other podcasts around here?
Like Skylander Podcast?
Yeah.
The only one I've seen was the unofficial Skylanders Podcast.
The Portalcasters.
Yeah, that one.
Ugh.
You don't like them?
Quote, feminism, representation, and Skylanders.
Listen, they bring up valid points, but I think it was a different time. But I don't know. I think it was just easier to just keep all the swappers male, but
you don't want to confuse the kids.
I don't know. It is what if they made more female, like I'm fine with female Skylanders, Like that's
Dude, the
I
female
feel like we should have got
Skylanders
more.
are like, I don't really care about the gender. I just care about if they're good or not. But you know,
Right.
there are some really good, you know, female Skylanders like, Stealth Elf, complete badass. And then you've got
Roller Brawl.
Cinder, also really good. Roller Brawl, yes, very good. Splat, one of my favorites. So it's like, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just like kids will just, you know, go to whoever they see is like the strongest one. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
I asked this question because not a lot of people have heard of the Portal casters, and it's kind of interesting because I watched a little bit. I've got to say, I think I'm doing a little bit better currently, as I am not being too controversial, keeping it light until this episode comes out.
Yeah, and they were also it was weird because they weren't like consistent. They're just doing like random holidays where they make a random episode, which I get. They, you know, it's not the main thing they do, but it's like, come on, man. I think it's you could be consistent with a podcast. So it's like the one thing that's pretty doable.
Yeah.
And to have had to wait 6 months for a new episode.
I mean, we're doing what, almost weekly, so we're cooking there, so.
Yeah. Oh, and forget about SGTV's podcast. I was also on that one.
Oh yeah, I remember he had one of those back in the old day.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
I
did.
didn't even know that.
Dude. I recommend it. He's and y'all have talked to him. He's a funny dude. He's a funny. He lives in the same town as me. He lives in the same city.
Oh,
So,
and I know where he lives, so now I know.
Yeah, now you get to come visit me. But that was a fun podcast, and he got some good people on there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't think he does it anymore, which
Nah,
kind of a shame.
he's just been taking it back and going on other people's podcasts, and bombing their thing. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
gosh.
As I've said, you know, previously, it wasn't on the, you know, podcast, but I am cooking up a video with him that I'm really excited for, and unfortunately, I'm recording. I don't think I'm allowed to say, but I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, he's a good content creator too, so
Yeah,
I know that video is gonna come out good.
Have you seen what he cooked up recently? He made a video like 2 weeks ago about playing through all the games with what he thinks is the best Skylander, and I will disagree. There's some.
Yeah,
Jesse, you gotta punch whoever's in the background. Well, anyways, I forgot what I was. Dude, I am so hungry right now. That's all I can think about is food, and I'm looking at food.
well,
Fight,
here
and all I
you
can think about
yeah,
is
I was
food.
gonna have this food fight.
Yeah.
I didn't see I haven't watched the video yet, but I've seen it's doing really good, which is awesome.
400,000 views in 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now I really want to get this new video with him out.
Yeah, you know it's gonna get some eyes.
Exactly. And I gotta
And then people are gonna be like, "Why are you saying Skylander?"
Skylanders. It's funny because I make fun of him for it too, and he's like, "Oh, okay, dude." Or like at one point I forgot whether it was like on his first iceberg video, he was like Skylanders Universe was a mobile game, or he also did you can't 100% SSA on the Wii, and everybody in our little tech side community or tech side part of the community was just they hate him because he spreads around this misinformation. Well, it's funny because those are like the only 2 big recorded incidents, and he's since apologized for it, but I still give him crap about it. I think it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's not like he was doing it on purpose. He just made a mistake because he's human, not
I mean, yeah,
not AI.
could he have, you know, done a little bit better research? Maybe. But that was him in the past, you know. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't know it was gonna get so much attention. So
Yeah. I'll still make fun of him
Yeah.
for it, but he knows I'm just friggin' around with him. I just had to say friggin' because we got to keep it PG. It's not
All right,
really.
I'm
Just a
back.
just a Skylander YouTube channel.
Skylander. Welcome to the Skylander podcast.
Oh, man. The way he
It's
talks
Peter
about it is
Pink.
so funny.
He makes really good content though, so like, you know, I could deal with the Skylanders. Oh, he's gonna watch this
Yeah.
and he's gonna DM me. He's like, "We're done.
Skylanders.
We're done." So I get it. So another question I have: what's it like being a content creator of your size? And when I say size, I don't mean like you're fat or something. I just mean like
Nah.
because I've said that. And Joel thought I was
What?
yeah. From what I remember.
Oh.
But I think he knew I was just joking. So like, you know,
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's
I
any
was like-
beef. Nah.
It's interesting because it's like, I mean, almost 20K. I'm like less than 300 away, which I'm pretty excited for.
Wait, you're only 20K? I thought you were bigger. You know
Al-
what? I don't want you
almost.
anymore. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm only trying to use you for your numbers. Because, you know, that's apparently what I do. But anyways, you keep going.
Yeah, it's I think I still like this this size because I mean yeah, like it's crazy that like no matter what I post, right, Skylanders related, not Skylanders related, it's gonna get some attention regardless, which is great, and that's all really I could really ask for. And I'm small enough to where I could still try new things out. So if something doesn't work, I get to do something else, and you know, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool.
And I think, you know, this is like the perfect time to like try and figure that thing out because, you know, once you make a commitment to something, it's really hard to change back. Like if I was exclusively a Skylander content creator for like 10 years and all of a sudden I switched to like, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, it's like
Oh.
that's a very sudden
Yeah.
change and all of my audience is like, this is not what I came here for. So you just, you know, with me, it's like you got to be careful with that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So I think I've kind of stuck my ground as being a Skylander content creator, which is kind of dooming because we haven't had really anything new in a long time. So, you know, it's kind of dying out, and at some point, everybody will just kind of forget about it, come back 10 years later because of nostalgia, and yeah. So we're just gonna have to float and try and stay alive for that 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I know people. I mean, they'll come watch. If you're entertaining enough, I feel like people will watch you regardless of what you do. But you know, until then, I think it's important to just keep trying stuff out. And it's definitely luck based. It's
Very much.
100. It's very luck based, but you know, if you're not working towards it or doing anything, that luck doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so, you know, how I see it, right? I had this friend, right, who is doing their own content. And he's from what I've seen, he's doing really good. But he takes it way too seriously. He has a whole spreadsheet about how much he makes a month, how much this and this and this, and he only makes like 5 cents a month or whatever. But it's like he's taking it so unbelievably seriously, and it's like that's just more so exhausting. Just sit back and relax and record a video, publish it. You don't need to worry about like these, you know, grand eye-catching thumbnails like you're Mr. Beast. Like for smaller content creators, don't play it as professionally as you think it would be. You know, you're just starting out. Get yourself out there. Once you build that audience, you know, slowly, you know, become like a name for yourself, you know. Build up that professionality, I guess, and learn something through it. You can't just watch a YouTube tutorial from an Indian guy and be like, okay, let's make a YouTube channel and be professional. You yourself have things to learn, you know, and a lot of it is learned through experience, made through mistakes, you know, and a lot of people unfortunately don't understand that, but that's something that I've been going through because, you know, I had that friend, right? And he's like, okay, well, you got to make the perfect thumbnail. You got to do this, 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 and you got to do it perfectly. And it's like, no, it's luck. You know, if I can make the best content ever, but if nobody sees it and shares it around, nobody sees it. You know?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what it is. So I can agree with you when it comes to luck.
Yeah, and if YouTube should be started out as a hobby and being something that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like 5 cents, come on, man. Like really, you that should not be your goal to be making money. I mean, it's
Especially
nice.
in the Skylanders community. If you're gonna make content with the goal to make money, I mean, you're gonna make money, but it's not gonna be like the big bucks that like all the all the big guys like Mr. Beast make. But I mean, I don't think anybody in the Skylanders community could get as big as him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Sure,
it could happen.
try.
It could happen, but maybe, but it's luck. It's luck. So.
And I think, if for some reason somebody were to get big, I think the biggest that any content creator in the Skylanders community could get without doing anything other than Skylanders content, probably, within 2-3 million. Because that's kind of where Skylander Boy and Girl are. And I think they've pretty much hit and showed, that finish line.
Yeah.
But everybody, like most people in the community, like Boombringer, Crypt, everybody is either beneath 100 or 50K.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere close. I'm at like 600.
Hey, I mean,
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Keep uploading, and you can be getting subs like easy. Shorts are really good nowadays.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I made 20,000 views off of one of them, and
I heard that.
Yeah, I only spent 15 minutes working on it, and and I gotta thank Jesse for helping me get the UI from Skylanders. He ripped the hearts or whatever, in the short.
Yeah.
So I mean, partial credit to him. But anyways, I worked on that and made 20,000 views like almost overnight for no reason at all.
And it was so funny.
I was so confused by it, but I was like, all right, I guess I gotta start making more shorts. And shorts do really well. Like, I think on average, a short that I can do gets like from 500 to 2,000-3,000 views. So, I mean, it's not bad, especially for somebody at my size in terms of numbers. Like, that's a pretty good way to start. I do want to make more like content that are like more long based, but not like this podcast, right? I want to make like more videos about like, okay, this is the history of Pop. This is what he looked like as a concept, and all the way to the end where he is as a bubble blower or whatever. Like I want to make those longer style videos that are well edited, and I can just sit and talk by myself into a microphone and do a really good job with it. Because the last time I did that, and the only time I did that, it did so well. And I think I could do that again.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And
yeah.
I don't know. And kind of on that topic of like content creation, have you like heard of outside of here, have you heard of Jesse?
I honestly I can't say I have.
Wow. The disrespect, Jesse. How are you going to take that?
Well, it's because I have never gotten myself out there. The only content I made before anything Skylanders was Mr. Driller videos, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that community is so small, it's basically non-existent.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll get that game and then I'll join it, bro. I'll join that community for you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Thanks, Pookie.
On God, bro.
Just so you know,
a certified Pookie.
Just so you know, if you want to play the best game in the series, hands down, the third game in the series, Mr. Driller G, is the best.
What is that on? Is that on Game Boy?
It's
original
on
PlayStation.
Original PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation. Okay.
Japanese though. But you can do an
exclusive.
emulator.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
And there wasn't an arcade port of it, was there?
No, there was. The first version actually was the arcade version, which is emulatable on MAME and has been since last year. It took like over 20 fucking years to get it emulated.
I'm gonna blow up this whole podcast if we keep talking about Mr. Driller. I completely forgot what we were talking about before then. Oh yeah, Jesse.
Content creation.
Yeah. So Jesse here, and I'm pretty sure, like, if you haven't, I'd be kind of surprised. But back in November, it was either October or November, he brought back Skylanders Lost Islands for Android. But I'm just gonna say it as like a general thing because it sounds cooler. So he basically got Skylanders Lost Islands working on Android, BlueStacks, whatever funny terms. He could explain it in way more depth, obviously, but he's like, I think his video has almost 10,000 views now. Like,
Okay.
and he's been meaning to do this follow-up video, right?
Oh.
Everywhere in the comments. If you look on his newest video, you'll see comments from like even a couple of days ago that are like, okay, well, I'm having this problem, or I'm having this problem. So I thought of the idea of printing out all those comments, going to his door with a whole bucket of them, dropping it off and walking away. So it pressures him to do it, but he's going to be like, oh my god, Shojiki, stop pressuring me to do it. I'll do it when I'm ready.
Basically his idea is like at the beginning of the video we're gonna like try to do like some Scott the Wasp skit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I asked Shojiki, what about the blue border?
And I said,
what
no.
about the blue border? No,
you gotta do your own thing, bruh.
Damn it!
You
Fine.
Make it green.
Exactly.
I don't like using green as a color though. Blue is my favorite.
Are you color cis? That's crazy. Cancelled.
Wow.
You don't like green? What's wrong with green? Cancelled.
Oh
Anyways.
my god.
I don't think we should go too in depth. We gotta like save a surprise for the people who want to see it. I mean, after we're done here, we could probably go in depth if you're like really interested. But anyways, enough about Jesse. We don't want to talk about you, Jesse. I'm only milking you for content.
You're trying to find a reason to make me talk.
No, you're not allowed to talk because I don't ever let you
Oh
talk.
yeah, I forgot I wasn't allowed.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
The whole concept of that joke actually came from the Adventure Pack. One of the hosts, or the host, I don't know, came into my podcast server, which we are in currently. I don't know if he was invited by me or somebody else, but he came in and he started like, going off about his new podcast. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. If you want to do your own podcast, I will support you. But the name is kind of way too similar to Starter Pack, so that's where that's where I'm like kind of So I called it out, and there's this long, heated argument between us, and it was a stupid argument, like very childish, and I wish I'd never participated in it. But you know what? You live and you learn. So within that, one of them ended up talking to Jesse, and they were like, "Hey, because you're not allowed to talk on his podcast, and he never lets you or anybody else. How about we bring you on?" And he's like, "No," which is based on Jesse because I'm holding him captive right now.
Yeah, I'm secretly at gunpoint. Just
Yeah.
no one can see it.
Yeah. Why do you think it's just a still image the entire podcast? Is because like behind I've got just a for YouTube a gun with an orange tip straight to his face.
No, you got snipers. You got snipers gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I hope I don't miss and actually get your ear. So.
Oh man.
That all right. We'll not go into that because that is a
no,
whole different.
No, dude. No, man.
We are gonna.
people.
I'm gonna have to reveal my manifesto, bro. So you're gonna have to.
Well, welcome to the uncensored podcast. All right, we talk about whatever, whenever.
Yep,
Okay. So on the topic of actually, Skylanders, that isn't Mr. Driller and politics.
Yes.
What is other than like, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. I don't know how to phrase any of my questions right now. I'm so hungry right now. I'm actually visibly shaking, but you guys can't see that.
Oh my god. Man.
That's beside the point. Okay, what do you think of Skylanders Swap Wars?
Best game in the Skylanders franchise. Honestly, probably one of the best games of all time. If I'll go even further.
Ooh,
That
controversial.
so. Listen, my attention span is pretty good. All right, I think it's pretty good. I can sit and play a Swap Force level from start to finish.
Thank you guys for watching. Sorry, my attention span.
Listen. Maybe some of those levels are kind of long for people, but you got the arena challenges. You could speed run the levels.
I can take any
you got the
size, so I'm not like
you
too
got
worried
the
about
bonus
length.
maps. Whoa, I see. But anyways, yeah. So I'll admit probably a little more biased because I kind of like really watched that game before it came out. Like I actually like studied like E3 clips and the teaser, and that was like Skylander Boy and Girl. I did watch them. I did for the most part I did like their content. Which I know some people don't, but I mean,
Well, people usually have a problem with it because they're like, oh, well, this guy's just using his kids for content. And it's like, from what I've seen, the kids are having a great time. I mean,
I wish I was this kid, bro. Like they got
They're set
free
up for life.
Skylander stuff.
Not only that,
Dude, yeah.
Dude, they've got free college. They've got like one of the biggest houses on the block. Like I'd love to be them.
Yeah,
I'd love to bring them on so like I can get some of that money, you know. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of the videos I watched were the E3 videos, unboxings, and just anything with just Skylander Dad, because I think he was still the star. What besides it being called Skylander Boy and Girl, because he's the mastermind, but yeah, that was a fun time.
His kids or something, whatever they'd say.
Listen, man, I don't know, but I know it was entertaining back
Very,
then.
yeah. I can agree with that. I never watched any of the FGTV like kind of content, but Skylander Boy and Girl was where it was at, bro.
Yeah.
I loved having an iPad back in the day. I didn't have an iPad. It was like an Amazon Kindle Fire, but
Bro was a Kindle kid.
I know,
Ooh.
but I'm just saying, I used to binge all of those videos while they were coming out.
Oh man, when they got the iPad that had the Skylanders Trap team engraved in the iPad, that was so beautiful, dude.
Like,
I was
why
like,
them? Why couldn't it be me?
and I was envious. Yeah, for sure. I was envious, but they're, I mean, hey, they worked for it, so
yeah,
good
I
for
just
them.
wish my parents milked me for content. Like, I could have been the next Ryan's Toy Reviews.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
you could have been like Court Chase.
I could have.
Bro could have been seen all over Walmart.
Exactly.
Do you see how much merchandise that kid has? It's insane. Like, bro needs to take a shot of Sprite every time he sees a piece of his merch.
Oh,
You
God.
get for the people
He's just
who know, you know.
Oh man.
You're like, oh man.
My next question is like, what do you think of artichokes? Because I know you had one, and it makes me kind of want to get one, but like,
I think I could have probably cooked it better because I cooked it not knowing anything. I just looked up like at least 2 videos of what needs to be done, and I don't even think I ate most of it because it was just so hard to get to the heart of the artichoke. Because like so basically you dip the leaf in butter basically,
mhm.
and then you kind of like have to skin off some of the meat with your teeth. And then that's kind of like a dipping, like an appetizer. And then once you get to the heart, that's the best part. That's the meat. That's what they call it. But they have like artichoke pizza that I'd be interested in trying. But I mean, I don't know if I'd try it again by itself. But definitely that pizza I'd tear open.
That sounds interesting. I've never had an artichoke before. I mean, I've put a food fight in my mouth, but that was like years and years and years ago, but like it did not taste good.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of reminds me, like, since you and SGTV are so close, you guys should actually like do a video together. Like do some Skylander hunting or something.
I would like if we're gonna do a video, we gotta go all out.
Exactly.
We gotta go all out with it. I want to make I have to message him about it, but I want to do full on skits with this guy because he also did skits too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we both be down for that.
You know what he'd be definitely down for? If I set up a SkyTuber Survivor.
Oh man, don't get this guy started with Survivor, dude.
I know, I already have. And you know what? I love Survivor too. So like it just works out.
That's good. He tried getting me to watch some of it, and it's entertaining. There's just so much of it.
There's like what? Almost 50 seasons now.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. You could start with the whatever current season, but I recommend going to season 1. I was like, God dang, dude.
And each episode is like an hour, so that's like
Yeah. I was like, bro, I just watched Total Drama. I think that's enough for me.
that is so real. No, I used to binge watch that show with my mom, so it's like, yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, Total Drama Island?
No, Survivor.
Oh.
Come on, Jesse.
Okay, because I remember watching Total Drama some before. Like, it's been so many damn years, and I don't remember anything from it.
They have a reboot. I don't know if you know that.
I know about it, but is it even any good? If anyone knows, do you know?
I know someone who watched it. He said it was alright, but they have a different voice actor for Chris, and I was like, oh man.
We keep getting sidetracked off Skylanders. It's the funniest shit.
Well, this is just like a podcast for like SkyTubers and like people in the Skylander community. So like we don't have to talk about Skylanders. It's kind of a given because like there's Skylanders in our main logo, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
But to try and keep it on topic, what do you think? What are your thoughts of like a new game, whether it'll be a remaster or a separately new game? Like, how do you think they'll go about it?
So I think they're definitely go the route of just starting from scratch, making a whole on reboot, and then I don't think they're going to bring the toys back, which is, I mean, that's just my speculation, just because the toys, I know Amiibo are still a thing, but they're like collectibles. They're like pops, but better in my opinion. So it's like, I think at this point I just want a new game, dude. I just want something new from them. And I think just having a game just jam packed with like characters just straight in the game, like like Lego games. Oh, not Lego Dimensions, but the Lego games that have every character that you can unlock and stuff like that. I think if they just focus on that and make a solid game, that's just gonna get so many people on board, and put it on Switch, please.
Yes, and actually, like if they put it on Switch, they better include like some sort of like wireless portal.
Oh man, I mean,
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna move away from the toys. I personally could go either way, because I got money and I can spend that money on plastic figures. But
I mean,
just
if you have money, could you spoil me a little bit? Like,
whoa,
Oh my
I'm gonna have to put you to work.
oh man, is it because I'm Mexican?
I'm Mexican too, bro.
Oh,
You
hell yeah. You know
Bro,
how it is. Under the
understand.
table. No taxes.
Okay.
Oh my
man.
god. I'm like the only one who isn't Mexican. I'm like a fucking cracker.
Is there more people that are Mexican here? Or?
I mean, I don't know about the podcast, but I guess you and Show fall under the same category.
Oh man, you don't speak Spanish, right?
No.
Oh, I'm not talking to the white boy over here.
Oh my god. Yeah, he does not speak Spanish.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I kind of wish I did know. But it is what it is.
I mean,
Dude, Lost Islands. I think that's probably the best mobile game in my opinion.
it
Like
is up
Skylander
there.
mobile game.
It is up there. It is like a really good Skylanders mobile game. Like if you're considering like unique games, like stuff that was exclusive to mobile, not just like mobile ports of like the mainline
Oh yeah.
of like mainline games like Trap Team or Superchargers if you ever got the chance to play that on iOS, which not many people did.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
it's exclusive to Apple's platforms, and hell, it even got an Apple TV version.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which that's also, I think, for the most part, I and a couple other people in SRE basically helped with preserving that.
Yeah.
All the game's downloadable files, they were still hosted on Apple servers. I shit you not.
That's crazy.
It is, and what's also interesting too is like with how the system works, like with how the files with how the file links are grabbed. We basically know where the links are stored.
Mm.
Like, because it's like in a location where like system stuff is stored. But
Yeah.
it also can help with preserving other games as well. Because it can help with finding links. I don't know if it's the same on iOS like it is on tvOS. But links can be found there. So it like really helps with preserving the downloadable files. None of us have messed around with trying to get the game to load imported files.
I
Like
see.
the re-imported like files that would be originally downloaded. So I've not messed with that yet. I should at some point because it would really help with determining like the true status of whether or not it's fully preserved. But I mean, the Apple TV version, it being preserved, also helped with preserving the 64-bit iOS version.
Yeah.
Because the downloaded files were so similar that just some small changes in some of the other games, like documents and stuff like that, literally you could tell the game to load those files instead. So that practically helped with preserving that as well. So it was kind of a two birds with one stone situation, which is wonderful.
Damn, really?
Yes. Did you just came back, right?
No, I came back a little bit ago.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wait for you to be done yapping.
Bro.
What you got?
I got mac and cheese and fish sticks.
You didn't get a taco?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god. Dude, I haven't had fish sticks in so long. They're so yummy.
What are you, a gay fish?
No. Fish!
Okay, bro. We need to find something to talk about.
I know, I have been talking some.
So talk!
There he was. We were talking about Lost Islands.
Yeah, for a moment. Well, Shojiki, no shit. Of course I found the island. Do you want me to go into one of my side tangents that probably only a small number of people will understand what I'm talking about when they listen to the podcast?
You know what? Go for it. I feel like there's got to be something for everyone. We already got Mr. Driller in here, so let's get your tangent in here as well.
All right, because I'll go over I'll describe some of the preservation process of Lost Islands and
You're
how
not allowed to talk.
No, too bad. It's my time to ramble. Popo, you were right. I mean, what?
Okay, talk. Come on.
I know. I was like, let's go.
Okay, sorry. Fuck. Okay, so what prompted this whole thing with Lost Islands, like Android getting preserved? Well, first of all, prior to me getting it working again, it was never preserved. The game data was never preserved, or at least publicly. The APK and the OBB were preserved, but that was it. So there's no way to play the game. So, but before that, in 2021, someone um, I think they go by like Game Freak
Game
or
Freak
something like
1.0.
that. Yes, Game Freak 1.0. Just started name drop, but they basically they preserve their copy of the game on iOS, which is surprising because you would need to jailbreak your device in order to preserve games on iOS because Apple's a bitch. But they preserve their game, like the application and their save data. And the save data is what led to it being preserved on Android. So I decided I felt like I'd do a little funny and dig through the save data, like all the files in there, and see if anything could lead to see just to see what was in there. And along with a bunch of like toggleable variables, which allows for stuff to be toggled, like certain sidekicks, not sidekicks. What the fuck? What are they called again? It's been so
NPCs.
long. Yeah, the NPCs, like the characters that you could get, which would give you like certain upgrades and boosts and stuff like that. Basically, those were toggleable by variables inside of a file. So you could toggle whether or not those are available to purchase in the game. And alongside that, there was all of the file URLs, which were directly hosted on Activision's website, just under a different subdomain. I think it was Lost Islands-activate.activision.com or something. I don't remember. It's been a little bit. But all those files, they were still up. And there was a shitload of files for like older versions of the game on both iOS and Android. And I think there was files that were hosted that like predated the Android release of the game. Because it released on iOS first, and then it came out on Android afterwards, I think. Because like some of the stuff wasn't labeled like Android, or it was just labeled like content manifest or whatever. So basically, once I downloaded all the files that I needed for the latest version, which I was able to quickly figure that out from the URLs given, I decided to try to get the game working in BlueStacks because at the time I didn't even own an actual Android device, which is funny. But what I did is, like, whenever I decided to do some more digging in the save files, like, I remember, like, I was doing this on my iPad as, like, there's one time when I was doing it on my computer and another time I was doing it on my iPad. But when I was doing this stuff on my iPad, since it's jailbroken, I was using an application called, I think it was like Fileza. No, I'm trying to remember.
FileZilla.
No, FileZilla is that piece of shit FTP software that has
Oh.
a premium version. We don't talk about Fileza. We don't talk about Fileza. We're talking about Fileza. Basically, it's a file manager for mostly jailbroken iOS devices. And inside of there, like inside the application, there is a plugin for viewing SQLite databases, which is a database format that was used for some of the data that was a part of Lost Islands. Basically, just organizing it and storing it in an easily readable way. But in that database, there was the individual file paths for all of the downloaded files, where it would basically tell the game, look in this location and you will find the downloaded data so you can load it. And also at the same time, there was also all the Android Trap Team stuff. And I thought of, since I couldn't figure out how the game was looking for the files, like what the exact path was, like how it was supposed to be written, I pulled a little funny and I looked at the same damn file, like that same file that was a part of Trap Team's Android save data, and I basically was able to figure out how to get the game to load the files, and it just worked after that. So all of that led to Lost Islands being playable on Android again after like what? How many years? Well, I think
so inspirational.
Sorry about my stupid rambling. Shojiki's a better rambler than I am, but
Yeah, I'm right. Look at me. I'm so cool. Nah.
But
We appreciate the rambling.
that was really interesting how I was able to get that working. And what felt really weird is how much of a contribution I made to the community. Yet I was only in the community for a few months at that point. I was
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? And
Like,
then
no
and
one
then-
else did this, bro.
I'm surprised that not even people like in the reverse engineering server even figured that shit out. Like, I'm genuinely surprised about that because they've their community existed years before I even met Shojiki.
Damn.
The SRE community, like the Skylanders reverse engineering community, like the Discord server, kind of, I think it started in like 2021, but nobody in there, I guess, ever decided to try to get it working. They just didn't try. It's like, it's just like, what the fuck? And then I kind of just shadow dropped it on Internet Archive. And then someone in SRE pointed out, and then I basically made my introduction to the entire fucking server.
I
That's
remember
awesome.
that day, like whenever
then-
it happened.
Yeah, and then Boombringer found out about it, and that's kind of how Shojiki and I met Boom. Which is insane.
Dude, I was like fangirling that day whenever we met him. I was like, oh my god!
I know, like,
I'm
that
such
was-
a big fan.
Like, oh my god, I'm so happy how you got to meet Boom, though, because of that.
I got
or,
to
like,
meet
that was,
Boom.
like, you got to meet Boom. Shut up. You got to meet him, alright? And I'm genuinely happy for you. And also, it's just, like,
Now we're Pookies.
like,
and-
yeah, like, we're really good friends with him, which is awesome.
yeah.
And also, that kind of kickstarted off a whole bunch of other things, and we got to meet other people in the community, such as you, Mike.
Yeah.
And then the podcast happened. and then like other preservation shit happened, like for more of the mobile game stuff. And like, hell, I'm like, right now, like, with the same person, I got access like to their Apple ID to help with preserving superchargers on iOS. I'm cooking up a thing on Internet Archive where it's just a huge archive of iOS Skylanders mobile games.
Yee.
It's up now, but not everything is finished, of course. Like, I have a bunch of IPAs for both 32 and 64-bit devices, but I don't know. I truly care about the preserving stuff for this community.
All in the
Oh.
matter of what? Less than a year.
I know, it's like, I even though not many people are gonna mess with it, I genuinely give a shit. I care. I want parts of this community to be, or like parts of the games to be preserved, so people can play them, and so people in the future can play them. Even if it requires owning an old ass Apple device to be able to play them, or Android device, whatever. Depends on what games you're trying to play. I don't know. It's just, I'm really happy to be a part of this community because I've met some awesome people on it.
Yeah.
Sorry to kind of just take your spot for a little bit.
No, that was a good ending to the rambling.
Yeah. You mentioned me at some point, so it was even better.
Oh my! It probably doesn't help that right now I'm listening to a goddamn Amori song.
Are you really? I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Dude, I still gotta play that game.
Dude,
It
it's so
looks
good. Yeah, dude,
I know.
I've been such a big fan of it for the past couple of years now. Hands down, like my favorite game of all time.
I have not played it either, but Shojiki kind of introduced me to the soundtrack, and just so far, like, it is fucking peak.
The
Yeah,
soundtrack hits hard
games
in my
like
bag.
that have good soundtracks.
But right now, I've been listening to the same song by your side for almost 30 fucking
You've
minutes.
been listening to By Your Side for oh my days. bro.
Yes, it is a good song to
I
lock
can-
into.
I can play you that on piano.
I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it someday.
Awesome. Cool, do that. Wow,
It-
how on
it's-
topic we are to Skylanders.
We've run off. This is probably our most sidetracked episode.
But you know what? It's fine because it's still peak.
It is, and I don't know, just actually, like, me finally thinking about something to fucking ramble about is great.
Yeah, after you've
And
not
also-
been allowed to
yeah.
ramble forever now.
Yeah, in quotes.
Well, is there
So
anything
you want to be on? So
is
you want to be on our podcast?
I'm dying.
Oh god, here we go again.
Oh man.
Sorry. The
Yeah, you better
noodle
keep
went
that
down.
in.
Yeah. Anyways,
The noodle. Oh,
the noodle,
oh.
bro. The noodle. It's causing me to choke and die. But anyways, is there anything you want anybody to know about you?
This is important.
Putting you on the spot.
I will say that no matter what you want me to do, I'm gonna keep doing what I like to do. Like I know people want to keep me stuck in the Skylander. And look, I love Skylanders. It's great. I grew up with it. That was one of the games I grew up with. Obviously, here on the podcast talking about it, love it. But I can't just talk about Skylander. I mean, we're going off topic because there's so many other good stuff. There's so much good stuff in this world, bro. Like you can't just talk about Skylanders. It's not possible.
And here we are at episode 7 of just straight talking about Skylanders. Obviously, that's what people came here for. It's just, I'm glad we're wrapping it up soon.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But people don't know. People don't know. And they probably won't be listening this far in. But there's that one person who will, so yeah. Now you know. I haven't like looked at like the Skylander Reddit to see if I'm on there anywhere. Like
I've not seen you anywhere on there.
Damn, nobody cares about me. I
haven't been on that Reddit in a while. I think there's something wrong with my Reddit account.
Honestly, I feel like
out on much.
that. Yeah, you really aren't. I'm being completely honest. Like
they're not doing anything or what?
Not
it's just
too
a whole
much
bunch of people
stuff
with opinions. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and like the same like content format like 100 times over. Like what my favorite Skylanders are. Like what my.
Like,
is this a good find? I got it for $5, and it's just like
the
most random
Skylanders. It's you're like, was this a good good purchase? And they show off like the most expensive. Like, bro, we know you didn't get it for that much.
It's like,
what are you talking about?
There's only like a small percentage of the content which is posted on the subreddit that's actually good, and that's it. There's not much.
Like there was this one post that I saw that was like Double Dare Trigger Happy, Scratch, and Lava Lance Eruptor, and they were like, I got this for like $25, and I believe them because that was me.
Oh my god, so long ago.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that whenever I get this follow-up video done, I'm promoting that shit on the subreddit. I do not care.
You're banned.
Because so many people haven't been able to play Lost Islands again in like for fucking ever. So just being able to just get it out there again, I don't know, could possibly revive a lot of people's childhoods.
Dude, I've noticed that, like, and I don't know if you've been able to relate to that too, Mike, but anytime, like, I make a video about Skylanders, I'll occasionally get a comment that's like, I haven't seen this game in a long time. Thank you for bringing me back.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten a lot of those comments, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of big and kind of impactful to me, because it's like, I was there too. Like, there's this guy named Portal Master. I don't think he's really active in the Skylander community anymore. Him and then Crypt Crusher are the people that really got me back into it, and like Boom and SGTV, like they were like the biggest people that like got me back into it, and yeah, here I am now.
Yeah,
and now I'm like besties with all of them.
Yeah, and also like kind of like another thing too that got you back into it was you introducing me to the series.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
Like properly introducing me, because I was aware about it. I was aware about its existence many years ago. I just never took interest into it. I just never paid attention to it, and I regret it immensely because it probably would have helped me through my childhood.
And then I brought that big bag of every Skylanders Spyro's Adventure character except for Camo, all the magic items, and I was like, all right, dude, here's my copy of the 360. Play this. And you didn't even play it. You played it on the PC.
Yeah, and you were like, what the fuck?
I didn't even really, I knew there was a PC port, but you sent me that gameplay video, and it was like 60 frames, and it looked so good, and I was like, oh my god!
It's like, it's like you never even got a chance to play that. like whenever you were younger, and just like I remember like it was like so weird to you seeing that,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like I feel like that kind of was just a giveaway that I was a bit more of a techie person in the community already at this fucking start. I I specifically went for getting the PC version of SSA.
Yeah, which again probably would have been better than the 360 version, but bro didn't even get the Dolphin emulator or like play the definitive edition, as people say, even though I prefer XPEC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great times. Even though that was a year ago, it feels like it's been like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's really weird to think about.
I don't have the gun pointed at you anymore, Mike. You can talk.
Yeah, you can.
So I was listening, and then I'm also going through this Reddit to see. I was just curious. I haven't been on it in a while, so I was just looking at it.
What's an example of something that you were expecting on the Reddit that you've seen?
I mean, I knew I was gonna see like what like people's purchases and all that. Rate my Imaginator, stuff like that.
Like no one shuts up about their purchases.
Dude, I mean, I kind of want to see like ways people display their Skylanders, or like creating like custom shells. I think that's like one of the coolest things.
That's what
anyone can do nowadays.
I could like show that and be like, oh, look how cool I am.
Yeah.
It feels like a decent majority of the people on the subreddit are just people trying to get validation for the money they spent on Skylanders or their collection.
And we're canceled.
Yep. Sorry for the Skylanders subreddit slander, but oh my god, that's literally what it feels like most of subreddit is. And there's like nearly 50,000 members, and like every time I look on the subreddit, there's like barely anyone online on Reddit. It's fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
Like the last time I checked, I think there was like less than 10 people online.
Oh, I was just they had 7 people, probably including me.
I wasn't even online then.
Oh, I meant like right now.
Oh, I'm up.
7 people
online, like who were online on Reddit, like at that moment.
Yeah,
it's wild. Also, what's the thing about Skylanders fans should play Disney Infinity? What was that about?
It was just I've never played Disney Infinity, and I thought it would be a fun little thing to do. I've actually got rid of my Disney Infinity stuff. The only thing I've kept was not because I thought it was bad. I ended up buying Disney Infinity on Steam, which I think would be pretty cool for Skylanders to do. But I mean, we could do it with the emulator, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing I kept from Disney Infinity was my Spider-Man figure, because
honestly,
cool.
That's like the only one I have. But Skylanders fans should play Disney Infinity? Do you really think that? Do you think that low of us?
Dude, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad game. Now Skylanders is good.
I tried it. I couldn't get into it. It's just a sandbox game. It's like, honestly, it felt like more of a thing like Amiibo would do.
I think it's definitely different than Amiibo. I know Amiibo had some specific Amiibo game, which I don't think really did well. So, you know, it really is hard to beat Skylanders. Lego Dimensions, man. Haven't really played it because I can't find Lego Dimension figures in the wild because they're probably all broken up and scattered.
Yeah, I can't find them either. And I want to try and get into it, like especially because Portal, like Valve's Portal is in it, and it's like, bro, have to.
Yeah, and I think that was the first time they made a Sonic Lego minifigure, which is pretty cool. That's crazy.
Speaking about those little figures, I hear you have a green Chompy Mage.
Whoa.
Or as I should say, I heard you have a green Chompy Mage.
Man, let's just say I didn't really had to spend my hard-earned money on that. I had some connection to get that. But
Yo,
it's
those
it's
connections.
it's a choppy. Oh.
Bro,
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but
Hey,
Bro,
I'll pause it. Hey, thank you guys for watching.
bro, what?
I haven't used it yet.
What is it with Mexicans and their connections?
Bro, hey,
Cartel,
man.
bro.
We have our connections, dude. That's all you gotta. You
I'm
know, you know.
Mexican, but I don't have any of these connections. Like, bring me back.
I'm Mexican. Of course, I have connections.
Like, show me what it is to be a Mexican again. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't even know anymore. This
Like,
is
this is the best Skylander themed podcast.
bro. I could just tell that. I could just tell how much shit Popo's gonna say whenever he sees this episode.
Oh, I don't even know if he's gonna watch it, but yeah, it'll be funny.
Yeah. So Popo was a part of the Adventure Pack.
Yeah. Imagine.
I was like,
Also, sorry for the insensitive comments I made. I don't mean those to be like a dick.
huh?
about what?
The things I said about like what is it with Mexicans and their connections?
Oh no, I think it's funny. I think it's
Yeah.
funny. I don't get it.
I love it when people are
I'm
racist.
personally, yeah. I don't find those jokes offensive.
Because I'm the one who's cracking them, so it's like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who's sending all the Instagram memes.
oh my god, that's
Dude.
terrible.
Don't even get me started on my Instagram feed.
I don't even wanna.
Let's just say there's no Skylanders on that feed.
Yeah.
The ocean memes.
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Oh my god, those ocean memes, bro.
No!
Rarely do I see something that's not funny from that. It's
Either
very
that or
rare.
it's always brutal.
Bro, it's always someone either getting into a car accident, getting very hurt, or some crazy
Breaking
shit.
their arm like in half. Very rarely
There's
is it
something
somebody
gross,
like
dude.
it very rarely is it something wholesome.
Oh god.
Oh
No.
I gotta start bookmarking those so I could just mass send them.
Oh my gosh. I have Joel on Instagram. I might just start randomly messaging him like those ocean memes. Yeah, those are crazy.
What have you done? Now I'm fucking doom scrolling these.
Oh my god. We're supposed to be talking about Skylanders and we're doing literally everything but that. I think this is gonna be the first video where I cut some of the content out.
Yeah.
No, you gotta keep those talk about the ocean memes in there,
yeah,
bro. We gotta get more people cultured.
Honestly. They could I think the sensitive people could benefit from watching some ocean memes.
Dude, you know those, I don't know if you've seen those people that just send Skylander memes, but when you follow it up with one of those ocean memes, dude, it's the funniest thing.
So we were talking about like earlier about displaying Skylanders. And hey, we're actually talking about Skylanders again. How do you display them? Do you just throw them into a bin?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
So I would like to display more, but I don't. If you've seen the videos, I have a massive game collection behind me. It's like over 800 games at this point. So I just don't have the space. I did get the best deals.
That's
I
good.
did.
That's awesome.
The only thing I have displayed at the moment that's Skylanders related is an inbox Scarlet and Genie.
Why does everybody have a
Oh.
Skyland and Genie in box?
Dude, I just found it on eBay. It was pretty cheap. I was like, I like it. I'm gonna get it.
I bought
Bro,
the Amazon
yeah.
$30 Thrillipede, and it came in box and in pretty good condition.
That's awesome.
So I
like
didn't
that.
have to pay $150 to $300 for an inbox Thrillipede. So I'm like really happy about that. I'm still debating.
Did you
whether-
open it?
I've been
Oh.
thinking about it.
You should. I feel like that would get a lot of people upset.
Oh yeah, no, I opened up I opened up an inbox Echo, and everybody was like, "No, how could you do that?" And it's like, bro, they were meant to be open.
They
Yeah,
literally
and
came
that's
with card. How am I supposed to get to the card, dude?
Exactly, and it's like they were literally meant to be open. I know everybody's like, "Oh, but it's so rare," and but at the same time, I don't see myself reselling this whole collection anytime soon.
Right.
This shit is going to my kids. I'm not gonna let them sell it, but this shit is going to my kids. So I don't care.
Straight to the will, dude.
Exactly.
That's gonna be in the will.
Exactly. Like, you know, I don't think I get really much value out of it if it's just in box. And honestly, it takes up more space.
Yeah.
Like, I'll keep
Definitely.
the box. Like, I have a whole box just full of Skylander boxes. You know, I have like almost 10 boxes. Like, I've unboxed a whole bunch of Skylanders like within just the past year. It's been kind of nostalgic, even down to starter packs. Like, I had a sealed Spyro's Adventure Wii starter pack, and I ended up opening that one up. So that was a very fun time.
Nice.
You know, I really enjoy like the process of opening them up, because like it really takes me back. You know, even to like
Right.
birthday times back then or Christmas, and it's like you don't get that enjoyment when you just sit there and they're in that little bubble
Yeah.
for the rest of
You
their
just look
lives.
at it like, nice.
I mean, sure, it is cool looking on my shelf and saying, "Hey, I've got an inbox Thrillipede, and I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg." But at the same time, it's like if it was displayed with the other superchargers, it would look more complete.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
if you do open it, you have to get it on camera.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause-
Like,
that's you have to.
I mean, yeah,
have
not
to
only
do
to piss people off, but again, free content. So it's like,
Free content, and then you're also like, you know, archiving like this is what it was like back in the day opening Skylanders. So
you know, on the, you know, kind of going back to the topic of like displaying them, I'll send you a picture of how I got it displayed so far. It always changes. Like, it was different yesterday, and then it was a different it was different a week ago, and you know, it always changes. That could be like the ADHD or whatever, but
yeah, bro, yeah, you're gonna have to send me that website because I do want that. I do want SSA on the Wii U. I do want that.
I've got 2 copies now. So I've got that sealed one, and then I got just another one, which is kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah, that looks good. I like it.
And that's
I
not
like
even
the
whole-
colors on the end.
Yeah, I was supposed to do it by game, and for the people who don't, you know, there's some people who are just like not knowing what we're talking about. I guess I'll try and put an image on screen, but no, I'll probably forget about it. So it's like whatever. I'll probably forget about it, and y'all just gonna have to deal with it and just cry about it, I guess. Well, that's like a small percentage of the collection too, because the rest of it is like posters, more starter packs, cards, duplicates. Like, it goes pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then you I see you have a SSA has its own shelf. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I felt like it deserved its own shelf with the risers, because I only have the 2, and also it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean they're the founders, so I agree with that.
Exactly. And I'm actually going on a trip to Idaho to go visit somebody who I will not name. And they have a little kid who I'm going to try and introduce them to, so it dooms the parent.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is, man, good luck trying to find a food fight. Cause I got them all. Me and Boomburger got them all.
Oh, you think so? But you should see my duplicate bin.
Yeah. Oh. That's food fight is so common, dude. I don't know. People ask me, it's like, oh, can I have a food fight? I'm like, how do you not have a food fight? How do you not have one?
No,
Why are you
I
asking
actually-
me for?
I actually have Boom sending me a signed by him food fight because I think it's funny. So like I might have you sign one and send one out if I pay the price.
Oh man,
So I'm just
hey
like
man,
collect the heads of everybody.
I like that. I have a Billy West one. That was, food fight signed by Billy West. Pretty cool.
I have a Dark Spyro signed by Richard Horvitz.
That's awesome.
It is. And it's just sitting in a glass container.
Sitting in a jar.
No,
Oh my yeah.
Oh whoa.
it's actually a
Missing the
square.
Wrong emote. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, you play Fortnite?
I do play Fortnite.
Ooh, me, you, Boom, and Jesse.
Dude, just let me know.
That would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
would
but
be crazy.
Yeah, but I play on Switch, so no, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
I was gonna say, dude, I was about to hit stop recording right now, bro.
I can't stand Fortnite on Switch. It's so bad.
I think at one point, Boom was saying that Scott the Woz was playing it on Switch. I was like, oh my god, bro.
That's sick.
All right, cool. We'll figure that out. And here we are, about an hour and 30 minutes of talking about nothing but Skylanders.
Yeah, totally, just Skylanders.
I think we're pretty much good here, unless you guys wanted to add something.
I think we did pretty good. I think it was a good episode.
Yeah. So after this, it's time to milk your udders for some content, get some of those views.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What the hell? People think some weird things of me. I mean, I do say some pretty weird things, so it's like, it's kind of fair.
Hey man, straight from the udder, bro.
Exactly. What the fuck? Alright. With that being stated and all of that weird stuff out of the way, I think we're pretty much done here.
Yep.
Jesse, shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to talk.
Too bad.
All right. Well, we
reconsider that podcast, Aubrey.
So,
you know.
hey, we were glad to have you on. Yeah, I've been kind of a fan of your content for a little bit now, so it was really cool to meet the person behind that subscribe button. Which, by the way, everybody watching should go subscribe to him.
Yes.
And
yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Jesse.
Appreciate both of you for having me.
Of course, we love it.
I know we've been talking about it for weeks, and I'm glad we finally got to do it.
We talked about it once, like a month ago, and then we just completely forgot about it. And even like tonight, I almost forgot about it because I was boiling Skylanders.
Dude, I was like, bro. But it's all good. We did it.
It's all good,
We
man.
did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We made it out alive.
Yep.
Barely.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, if y'all end up having people again on the podcast, I need SGTV with me here.
Honestly, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
Like I've said previously, we are planning a season 2, so I wouldn't mind having some returning guests. I wouldn't mind having new people, of course. You know, all over.
You know what? Hey, if we're gonna have another person as well, Cloud
Oh
Breaker.
my fucking
Cool, dude.
god!
Anyway, 5 of us, bro. The 5 of us.
I know,
Fire
but like,
episode.
it's literally just gonna be you guys yapping about Imaginators the whole time.
I'm gonna let SGTV talk a little about football, bro.
You mean baseball?
No, he's a big football fan. I was surprised he talked about baseball.
Yeah.
I
guess it's
didn't
just that
even know he was
season.
a baseball. Yeah, but no, he's a huge football
Either
fan.
that, or it's gonna be Survivor, which I'd yap with him for. So that's crazy. No, I had a great time, even though we rarely talked about Skylanders. I'm pretty sure people are gonna enjoy this. A lot of people, you know, especially on like you, on your side, I think might come here and be like, "Hey, it's kind of cool to get to know this guy." You know,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Speaking of which, you gotta like promote me. You know, that's like
No,
the
yeah, I
rule.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I mean, I gotta write off your content. You know, I gotta like get those numbers too. Like,
yeah.
that's like the only rule. That's like, and if anybody is watching and they're like, you know, big in the content space, that's like my only exception. You're able to go on, you're able to do unscripted content, say whatever the hell you want, but you gotta support me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love milk of people for content.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys so much for watching. For real this time.
Yeah,
Again,
thank
make
you for
sure to go
listening.
check out Mike Annoyed unless you came from his channel. If that's the case, you got to subscribe to me or just do that anyways. And then, of course, go subscribe to Jesse. He recently hit, 150 subscribers. So let's try and get him to, like, 200, 300. So, like, I think he could do it. Who was screaming, by the way?
That was Mike.
I was like, woo, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like as shocked at the fact he is like such a low number right now with how cool he is. Like,
Nah, 150 is good, bro. Hitting 100 was hard back for me in the day, so
dude,
that's
honestly,
good.
I was so hyped.
Yeah.
All right, enough with that. We could talk about that later. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go check out these guys, and that's it. Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.